Hey guys, so I went and saw Wicked last night and I wasn't really sure what to expect going into it. On one hand, I'm a huge fan of fairy tales and I love the Once Upon a Time show. If you haven't seen that, it's such a good show. And they did the whole Wicked storyline so well, so I love that part of it. But I wouldn't say I'm a huge musical lover. There's some that I really enjoy, like The Greatest Showman, Grease, The Sound of Music, but they're definitely not my favourite thing to watch, so I wasn't really sure going into it. Plus, those flying monkeys, they traumatized me as a child. Though in the Once Upon a Time show, they didn't traumatize me, and thankfully in Wicked, they were fine as well. And there's also the Oz the Great and Powerful movie. I watched that not too long ago. That's actually a pretty decent movie. So, yeah, I was excited to see this, and I've got to say, I enjoyed myself. I've never seen the Broadway musical. I'm not a Broadway person, but if I ever do see one, it will be when I have enough money to travel to London and go see the Harry Potter one, because they don't play it here in my local city in Sydney, unfortunately. And I haven't read the Wicked book either, so I can't speak to whether or not they've changed it a lot from the play to the movie. But as a casual Wicked fan, I can say that I did enjoy the movie. The production value was so good. The set design, the colours, it was all just very visually impressive and immersive. So I get that the story is about people and how they change. Obviously, Elphaba changes into the worst version of herself because of everything that happens. And also, yes, there's personal accountability that you have to take. Just because bad things happen to you doesn't mean that you need to become a bad person. Though I get it's not always a simple thing. And then obviously Glinda starts off as a very shallow, egotistical person, and she changes for the better. I would say that the story, it's trying to push a little too quickly. It seems the idea that they're suddenly best friends. Like we just see a few scenes earlier, Glinda is bullying Elphaba, and then there's this dance scene that, yeah, I wasn't a fan of that particular scene. I get what they were trying to do with it, but it came across a little awkward, which was the point, but still. Yeah, look, I would say they're frenemies, but this is one of those things that obviously some things can get lost in translation from the play and the book to the movie. So, yeah, like it just seems like a really toxic friendship to me, even at the times where they're trying to portray it as something positive. But still, it was entertaining to watch. I really liked the song Popular and the introduction song in Munchkinland. I feel like those were my favourites. I feel like Jonathan Bailey did a really good job as the prince. He's a good actor. I've only seen him in Bridgerton, but I'm really excited to see him in the upcoming Jurassic World movie. And then there's Jeff Goldblum, a Jurassic World alumni, and yeah, he was great as Oz. He's got that smarmy sort of snake oil salesman vibe to him. You know what I mean? No offense to Jeff Goldblum, but he was perfectly cast. So Cynthia Erivo did a really good job. She was a strong actress, a strong singer, and gave a really genuine performance. You could tell she was really feeling the role. I think the fan poster controversy sort of made me take a step back from her at first. And I don't like her as a person, but I think she was fantastic in the movie. Same with Ariana. The whole homewrecker thing with the guy that just had a baby. You know, I'm not going to go into that, but you can look it up yourself. You know, it's the Munchkin guy in this movie, and it's sort of hard to see those scenes between them knowing what happened in real life, and that Ariana is still not apologizing. In fact, going in the opposite direction, but like I said, I don't want to go into celebrity drama. It's just hard sometimes to separate the art from the artist. But even though I don't like them in real life, I do think they were incredible in the movie. And I think that Ariana nailed the role. She was so good as Glinda. The singing, the acting was just spot on. And I wasn't sure about her at first, because, you know, I've seen Michelle Williams as Glinda in Oz the Great and Powerful, and I'm like, yeah, she's my Glinda, but no, I think Ariana was perfect for this shallow sort of version of Glinda, and yeah, she was definitely the standout of the movie in terms of the acting. So sometimes the CGI wasn't great, like with all of the animals, the monkeys and that. It felt like it was very visually stunning in some parts, in most parts, but then there were a few things that took you out of it, and it felt like with a budget this big, they could have put a bit more effort into the CGI. And the second act dragged a little bit. I get that it needed to be a long movie, but still, it felt like they could have worked on the pacing a little bit. But overall, I'm happy with it. I would give it an 8 out of 10. Let me know what you guys thought down below. If you've seen it, please like, comment, subscribe, all of that YouTube stuff. And I'll see you in the next video.